Bioorganic weapons are a global threat. Start working with the rest of the world about the Raccoon City incident. Mentioning my desire to reveal the truth.
Let's push the button marked idiot and see what comes out.
I have been honored with the prodigious power from the great Lord Sadler. I've been expecting you, my brethren.
No thanks, bro.
If this was just a poster of Leon and no Grace, she's gradually introduced into the marketing campaign, I think that would have been a better approach. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the cat is well and truly out of the accidental bag. What exactly am I talking about, you absolute silly billies? Well, Leon Kennedy, you know, the guy who was rumored not to ever be in Resident Evil 9 Requiem. It looks like PlayStation made a bit of a boo-boo. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's, like Madonna, get into the groove and check this article out.
The same Leon.
It can be different. It has to.
That's what he looks like. Oh my god.
YouTube's newest hero is here to save the day. His name, Kung Fu Hot Dog.
Courtesy of Vice.com, which, if you ask me, is a very dodgy name for a very sometimes dodgy publication, PlayStation accidentally leaks Leon Kennedy in Resident Evil Requiem. There is nothing accidental about it. It is all pre-planned. Think about it. Jeff Keighley's Glad and Gay Awards of video games is out this Friday. So, oh, by the way, why did I say December the 12th for the Gay Awards? Is actually the 11th. So, bonk, 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 bonk. Quite frankly, I'm looking forward to watching it. It's going to be an absolute cringe fest. No Mountain Dew or copious amounts of Doritos for Jeff to consume, but it will be a fun-filled, maybe 3-hour show of absolute unpredictability. Of course, if Clear Expedition, or should I say Clear Obscure Expedition 33 doesn't make the count and pick up numerous awards, people will lose their minds or accuse Jeff Keighley of rigging the video games so that only specific titles he feels more impassioned about deserve to walk away with the trophy at the end of the evening. But back to this article here, folks, because that's what you actually came for, and of course my very sultry face. But here we go, folks. We know that stuff already. Now, yeah, by the way, I've got a better image of this to show to you. They've got a screenshot here. Now, when I saw this today, I automatically thought it's got to be AI. Like, why would somebody go to all the trouble of recreating a very aged Leon Kennedy, who's meant to be in his 50s? Before Resident Evil Requiem was even announced this year, there had been leaks claiming that Leon was going to be in RE9. Since then, we've had numerous insiders doubling and tripling down that the RE4 fan favorite protagonist is a second playable character. Despite this, Leon has been missing from all of the marketing for Requiem, which is why I made a video a few weeks ago highlighting the fact that what the hell is Capcom doing with this game? Like, they are marketing it in a way that doesn't get some people excited. It's the first RE title that really has divided fans. Look, RE6, despite all of its problematic gameplay, is still a fun game to play, actually. And if you don't know, there's actually a certain sequence that you have to play the chapters of the game, which is a very clever inclusion. However, after months of speculation, the iconic RE hero has been finally leaked, allegedly. Vice, why are you saying allegedly? I mean, I'm recording this video, what, 5 or 6 hours after the fact, and people are confirming it is real. And again, I'm going to show you that because, again, Vice, they need to be bent over and given a good spanking for eternity, or until their bum goes absolutely red in the cheeks. So what they said here is that it's unclear if Leon and Grace will be sharing playable sections together. The popular theory is that Leon, who's more aged now, is returning to Raccoon City. You'll probably be playing Leon's chapters actually in the game in tandem with Grace Ashcroft's investigations as an FBI woman. So that's how it's probably going to work. I think that's actually the best approach for that. And again, I'll talk about Grace Ashcroft towards the end of this video, why people tend to not warm to her as much as Leon. And again, something I jokingly said, and here we go, I'm going to outline this part here. Again, maybe Vice is taking its cues from not reliable sources of their own. The other major leak is that RE9 will be the final chapter and departure for Leon Kennedy. According to Dusk Golem, RE2 and 4 and Requiem would serve as a trilogy for the iconic character, but apparently the story of Requiem will be the final ending for Leon. Grace Ashcroft will also reportedly take over as the new protagonist of this series in future games, which is I don't know. Like I said in yesterday's video, they're probably going to release a brand new trailer or maybe gameplay, as it's now been updated to, featuring Leon as a playable character. So have a look at this video here, folks, because these guys were showing us how they managed to
it looks
see
like
the
Rain
game.
is going to be very particular.
Oh my god,
for this motif.
there you go, freeze frame it right there. Proof of the pudding. That is not AI. PlayStation did not accidentally leak this footage. They did it with a reason, to obviously not get one-upped by GameStop and their supposed leak of the Rosemary Winters DLC, which has been removed even though it was linked to a proper URL. Again, a lot of AI has generated information data for retail stores like GameStop and the like. It's been known to do that. Only what the information is that's fed to it. Remember, AI isn't sentient. We have to tell it what to do. This is not Skynet, Terminator, but that is pretty cool, actually.
Of the game
look at that. That's
they're
really
going
good. So there you go.
Which is very fitting, because
pull
that's
away,
what
and there we go. That's it. So yeah, initially you don't see Leon's face when you load up the PlayStation Store image. Is only in the left-hand corner, but as the image pulls away, you can see Grace's face right there. Well, you almost saw it, but anyway, there we are. That's it. It's pretty damn. That's it. I mean, it's Grace Ashcroft is a very peculiar bunny. She's one of these characters that, yeah, I suppose people are sort of curious about her. I mean, she's brand new. We've had no indication of her in previous other games, and now she's just thrown upon us. Is Capcom going down the feminist route when it comes to the female message of Resident Evil? Which wouldn't make any sense, because you've got really strong female characters already, very attractive ones, I may add, very likable. Grace is just the first time that we will ever get to see her. It's her debut, and I guess depending on how this script is written and how she's voiced, and is she likable, and does she have a really great start to a brand new journey in the franchise as the face of the franchise? I don't buy that. You are always going to have Chris Redfield around. You're going to have Barry Burton in some form or capacity, right? All the others that are somehow will placate the show, because if you start with brand new characters, I don't know what people are going to say. Well, Kung Fu, back in the day when RE started, when you started seeing all these brand new characters popping in, but then again, it was just starting. So people, like any new character that came along, like your favorite TV show, every time a new character is introduced, you either like them or you end up absolutely just hating their guts. But I wanted to show you this very quickly as well, folks, because I thought this was actually worth a bit of a gander and something worth talking about on X. Because what I think is going on here, and you're going to see in a minute what I'm talking about, people are not just relieved that Kennedy is confirmed for RE9, but they seem to be more in favor of him and not a big fan of Grace Ashcroft, as you are about to see. So somebody here was playing Resident Evil 4, I'm going to assume, and they've used AI to come up with a much more older version of Leon in his 50s, which is pretty cool. And this is the one, actually. Goodbye, Grace. Hello, Leon. I think him of that Ben Affleck meme for BVS. Oh dear.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you.
Requiem, RE9, Leon only poster, Graceless versions. Goodbye to that Ashley clone. Beesh. I know what they're saying there. Yikes. So that is interesting. And I'm going to say this, folks. If this was just the poster of Leon and no Grace, she's gradually introduced into the marketing campaign, I think that would have been a better approach. To sideline Leon and just make Grace Ashcroft the central character, it kind of reeks of some things that we're so used to seeing in video games now, right? Honestly, I can't say this is a bad thing, and I'm certainly not saying, like John De La Rose, that grifting merchant of death, that it's going to be a specific kind of game because a specific gender of woman is inhabiting the game. But I will say this I absolutely love. Again, whoever created this, I'm not going to give them credit, but Ada seducing a much younger Leon, because there's been a history of flirting with these two, more from her side than less on his.
Fantastic. You want to get dinner when this is all over?
Sure. But full disclosure, I have a young man waiting for me.
Well, Ada Wong can do no wrong. So it stands to reason that people are now posting this kind of art. Leon is a beloved character. He absolutely is. I wouldn't say he's my favorite. It's Jill, then Chris, then Leon, or then maybe... yeah, and then Claire will be last, but not last because it's Rebecca Chambers. But all the fan art here for Leon is just fantastic. Look at that. That's actually really good. I like this. Wow, 51 years. So they reckon he's about 51 in the game, which I think would actually make sense that he does. He looks good. They see that people have gone mad. Look, and what's really kind of funny as well is that although Grace Ashcroft with the nothing face is in the center of this poster, who's the bigger person? Who's the bigger character taking up all the real estate in the poster? Leon S. Kennedy, right? My goodness, I love this. That's really cool. I do like that. That is a really good collage. Enough of that frivolity, folks. I'm going to get back to the screen right here, but what are your thoughts and what are your feelings? Like me, did you actually think this was AI when you saw Leon's face behind Grace Ashcroft's today? I thought the same thing. That's why I was a bit hesitant about making a video. Plus, I was learning some new things on a new piece of software, which is why you're only getting this video right now. And on that one, ladies and gentlemen, if you were me and if I were you, I'll catch you catching me for the return of the next video.
I have been honored with the prodigious power from the great Lord Sadler. I've been expecting you, my brethrens.
No thanks, bro.
My.
For now.